This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IPA Livecast. Apparently your girl Shannon ruined Sid's birthday this week. He was all excited when I told him I was giving him mozzarella sticks as a gift, but when I actually sent him the NFT of mozzarella sticks he was very upset. Come on man, I'm a machine. If I touched actual hot cheese it would fry my chips. You old dummy. Our IPA Livecast starts now.
Yo, dummy!
You big dummy!
I like the way she says "fry my chips." It sounds like "kiss my grits." It's very false.
Wow, we got two 80s TV references within 30 seconds of the show. Both Flo and Fred Sanford.
Is that 80s or 70s?
Late 70s, early 80s. But they were within a few years of each other.
Welcome to RIP Livecast, where all our references are 40 years old.
Good, you learned something.
And almost all of our hosts are 40 years old in a few weeks. It is Saturday, July 22nd.
Very kind of you to call me 40, by the way. I just want to say. Technically, almost true.
You don't look a day over 49.
Thank you.
No, I didn't. No, actually, you're looking very svelte today, Darren. I have to say, you look like you're in your 30s.
That's very nice.
Got a very clean shave, a fresh Mets hat.
It's nice of you to retract the horrific insult you just lobbed me and say something nice. I appreciate it.
What was the horrific insult?
You said you said I don't look a day over my actual age.
Yeah. So why is that an insult? It's insulting to look your age?
Backhanded compliment.
Well, I think I was more kind of making fun of the joke medium. I
don't explain it. I was just joking back at you. I'm not really upset. Please.
Well, if you're upset, let us know. Hit us up on email, riplivecast@gmail.com. That's where you can send feedback anytime you want. Any time of day or night, the email lines are open, folks.
Yeah. There's no rate limits on our Gmail account.
It's like a 1950s show. We went back 2 more. The lines are open. Our operators are standing by.
And the hot new thing the kids are doing is joining the Discords. It's a chat server, I hear, and we're all on it. We all hang out in our Discord with fellow livecasters, livecastations, live custards, as Noah would say back in the day.
They say it's like the IRC. Is that correct?
Something
like
similar.
that?
It's similar, yes. Go to riplivecast.com, and there is a link for the Discord, as well as all of our links to watch or listen or buy a tish. If you're feeling like you need a new shirt, buy a tish.
I was actually, speaking of our shirts, I was thinking the other day, we had that jiu-jitsu shirt back in the day, right? With the
we still have
silhouette of Noah. We need to update that for you, Rob, since now you're the co-host doing jiu-jitsu. We need to have a new version.
Well, it would just have my face on that design.
Yeah, just merge the Rob shirt and the jiu-jitsu shirt.
Merge the merge.
Yeah, that's the episode title.
Merge the merge.
All right, we might have to do that. Oh, we did take down the jiu-jitsu shirt, so yeah.
Noah threatened legal action. Not really.
She
gave us a copyright strike and a jiu-jitsu strike.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no strike in jiu-jitsu.
There's no striking.
Sorry.
Wow.
That's
Sorry.
a disqualification.
In Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they've made up their own rules. Just like they can't touch the ball in soccer, whatever. Okay.
I mean, I guess there's you're allowed to kick. You're allowed to kick people off, but you're not. And shove. I guess there is kind of strike, but you're not. You're not punching.
Oh, so Noah lied then.
No. I mean, it is said that there's no striking, but
they're lying.
I guess it's more shoves than strikes.
Oh.
Are you allowed to slap them if they say something naughty to you?
No.
What do you do in that case?
Say something naughty back, defend yourself.
Is this Brazilian jiu-jitsu tickle fighting, or what's going on here?
What happens if you slap a dude in the face during one of these? Are you disqualified?
He gets a hard on.
Yeah. I mean, I have been hit, and I have accidentally hit. In the scuffles, I got a nice elbow to my mouth the other day.
Get a nice little blueberry there.
It was all right. There was a mild trickle of blood from my gums, but it was mostly just annoying because there was a piece of skin that got cut by my teeth, and it kept grating against my.
This sounds like the most unpleasant experience of your life.
Oh, it was fine. No,
is this the first time you've ever had like even though it's not really a fight, is the closest thing you've had to a fight?
No, I've been in fights.
Really? I never heard
like
the story. Tell the story. What
No.
fights did you get? Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know.
How long
prior.
ago?
Just stuff on like the playground, like nothing serious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like since being an adult, though.
Oh, as an adult, absolutely. Yes. And that was actually like the first few weeks. That was a lot of my anxiety was about just getting hurt. And not necessarily assuming that someone's out to get me, but just it's more like I don't know what I'm doing, and suddenly my my shoulders popped or something like that.
I had that anxiety when I first did martial arts, because I was always fighting, with kids and stuff, but I didn't have any formal training. So I was like, they're gonna think this guy's just some meathead that's coming in, and like he's in that, and but everyone else was like that too. So it didn't like.
What did you do, Mormando?
No, I took I took karate, like legitimate karate. The first was my first class, and then I took a jiu-jitsu class, which was not Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but it was jiu-jitsu, and it definitely had strikes. That's why I was always questioning these things you two were saying.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It was definitely strikes in but maybe I'm not an expert on martial arts. Like palm strikes, fist strikes, kicking, like basically every strike. It was just a different discipline.
We do kicks, but like not at each other, just into the air. But it's more to like shove the person off of you. Like that's the strategy. But it's kind of like a silly drill.
I'm not a martial arts expert at all.
Yeah, I can't.
But I could say that maybe it was like a hybrid of different styles.
Well,
I have no idea.
There's Japanese jiu-jitsu as well.
Yeah, I think Brazilian jiu-jitsu is its own thing, and it's probably they tweaked it or they have their own, tactics that maybe they just don't include strikes. But I never heard jiu-jitsu doesn't have strikes before. That's foreign.
Yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu absolutely does not have striking.
I believe that. I'm just saying, when Noah was on here, she was like, jiu-jitsu doesn't have strikes. And I was like, no, I don't think that's accurate. I think what she's doing might not have it.
Well, I'm Googling, and it says no jiu-jitsu has strikes.
So, but we're counting kicks as not as strikes then? That doesn't sound like sensible to me.
Well, it's not like you could do a roundhouse kick. You could only like do the kick to push somebody off of you, kind of. Like you can't intentionally.
Okay.
So I'm not an expert. There's no hand strikes.
I'm going on the
record. It might have been Muay Thai or something. I don't know.
What was Muay Thai?
The martial art that you did.
No, it was definitely jiu-jitsu. But what I'm saying is that it was what was on the name of the place.
What was being advertised? Yeah.
It was, but so maybe they were doing it wrong. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Yeah. I can only tell you my experience.
Maybe they were trying to do it the right way, but then too many people came in and was like, what, I can't punch anyone? That's bullshit. Like, fine, I'll teach people what they want to learn.
This is like 1993, so that may very well. There was no internet for people to look things up either.
And there wasn't like a UFC or anything yet at that point, right?
No,
so, like,
there was like tank race and stuff like that, but it wasn't blown up like it is now.
It was just Jean-Claude Van Damme movies everybody wanted to emulate. But yeah, he definitely punches that dude in the stomach in that one movie.
In my adult life, I would go out of my way to avoid fighting, absolutely, or like avoid any sort of physical confrontation.
Deuterino in the chat actually brings up when you were robbed by those kids of your cell phone. Now, if you knew then what you know now in terms of the art of self-defense, would you have been able to fight them off and keep your phone?
I think even if they stopped me now, I would be more likely to give them my phone now. Like I would not
just because you don't give a shit about the phone.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. It doesn't.
Everything's backed up, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It was a much bigger. It was honestly a much bigger financial blow to me back then because than now, where it's like, whatever. You kids need this more than I do. Go ahead. You win. You cornered me.
He's advanced to the belt level where you become Zen and you try to avoid fighting like a Shaolin monk.
Is that a belt level or a bank account level?
It's more of a bank account level.
What's the difference?
I do want to say, so this brown belt came in one morning, and he had a really interesting philosophical line about jiu-jitsu, where it's like jiu-jitsu is about feeling comfortable in the uncomfortable.
That sounds like a Bruce Lee quote from a movie that he ripped off.
Could you say it as Bruce Lee for me, Darren?
Isn't that going to be racist if I do a Bruce Lee accent?
Yes.
Of being uncomfortable without being uncomfortable.
No. Being comfortable in the uncomfortable.
That's how Bruce Lee says it. Okay. I don't know what that is.
But I thought that was.
Does he know more than Bruce Lee? A fucking brown belt? The fuck out of here. Bunch of fucking tyrants.
The first few weeks were definitely very uncomfortable with people just like sitting on my face and not knowing how to breathe. But
oh, wait a minute. Rewind. What is going on? What is going on?
Yeah, you got part of your offense is they tell you sit on top of the person, and it's like sometimes they're sitting on your face. You gotta push them off you
if you want.
There's really no time to get turned on in jiu-jitsu. It's a completely different part of your brain. Like it's more survival mode than like sex mode.
But it's somewhat sex mode.
Yeah, there's
it's
some
just
sex
more
mode.
Survival mode.
Just the ratio is off.
Yeah.
No, not I am not at all. Drake or Daddy says happy birthday.
Oh,
Sid.
thank you. But thank you to both of you. Drake and Daddy.
To Drake or Daddy?
Both of them. I thank them both.
So, Dad, do you remember any techniques you learned in your jiu-jitsu back in the day? How long did you go for?
This is 30 years ago. Probably a year and a half, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, so I mean, hey, that's a while.
No, I don't. I would, if I got into a fight now, I would just lapse into my 12-year-old, like just fighting in the backyard mode. I don't know shit. I didn't really learn shit. I was a very scatterbrained person back then, and I did not learn anything. I was very much a meathead. I think if I took it now, I'd retain a lot better. I didn't take anything seriously back then, including school.
Yeah.
Well, at that age.
Yeah, I was 19. I get 19 to 20, something around there.
I still don't take anything seriously.
I would say, like, if this was a few years ago, I probably wouldn't have taken it as serious as I would now. But I'm glad that I give it the right level of seriousness. Like, I was just thinking it's the only thing where, I was rolling with this guy that's around my height, but about 20 years younger than me, or like 15 years. Like, he's in his 20s.
Sounds like a date.
So he's not. But he was fucking smashing me hard because he's faster than me, and like I guess he has more strength than me. I don't know. I mean, that's debatable.
So I might ask. Right. I want to ask you possibly an uncomfortable question.
Ooh.
Like,
sure.
So he's rolling around. He's clearly more advanced than you, and he's beating you up basically. Mm-hmm. Although he's not really beating you up. I understand that.
Yeah.
But like, do they ever, the men who do this, like your opponents, do they ever do they act condescending? Like, I just kicked your ass, but like in any kind of like maybe a passive aggressive way, not like directly, but they're very kind. They help you up. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly.
No,
like,
but there's not one asshole in the class though. Like,
there's what I will say is there are some people that go a little more aggressive than others.
Yeah, people. Fucked you up. Like, shit
oh
like
no,
that.
no, not that. No, nothing like that. 0.0% of that. What I mean by aggressive is like they're putting their elbow on your neck. They're using the gi to choke you, which these are all legal maneuvers, to be clear.
That seems like you could use the person's clothing to choke them.
That's what jiu-jitsu is supposed to be. Jiu-jitsu, as I learned it, was using your environment. Like, you're in an alley, you use a garbage can lid. Like, that's jiu-jitsu.
No, that's
Right? Am I right about? Am I right about that?
No,
That's
I've never had that.
Well, you're not.
But I like that.
they don't-
I like that you speak with such confidence about.
This is
these
what
inaccurate things.
I'm prefacing everything I say with an asterisk. This is what I was taught. It could all be bullshit.
But it is about, there is a level of self-defense to it. Yeah, it's all about defending yourself and being aware of your environment. In that sense, yes, but never, like, I didn't get it with the picking up the garbage can lid.
Well, you're not in an alley, but I mean the philosophy.
But the point,
of it is
yeah, absolutely. And there is times in the role when, let's say, I'm stalling, and the guy and the person I'm rolling, my partner, has me in a compromising position, and they will say something like, "You got to do something. I have a knife. I'm going to stab you." Like that kind of like you got to start defending yourself a little more. So the point I was getting at, hold on, let me just get to my point. So I was rolling with this guy. He did tell me he wrestled in high school, so he's already had a few years more experience than me, because jiu-jitsu and wrestling, amateur wrestling, have a lot of similarities. A lot of techniques carry over. So he knew how to like get around me, like he's fucking Speedy Gonzalez. But so like we're both thrashing each other and
trashing each other.
And he was definitely getting the better of me for the first part of it. And like, he got me in a choke. And then finally, like, I was done with it. I was getting aggravated, but again, within the confines of like, this is an exhibition. I'm not like trying to kill him, but I did start to get more aggressive. And then I managed to get the full mount, which is I'm sitting on top of him without him having a lot of this
is like a camel clutch.
No, it's just like I'm sitting on his chest basically, but far
like
enough.
A Cleveland steamer.
Okay, sure. I don't. And so then what I did was I started just smothering him. I was like, I'm going to get you back for like kicking my ass by just using my entire weight. And I just like engulfed him and put my elbow on his neck. And I'm like, trying to choke him. He refuses to tap because, like whatever his ego or whatever, but like he's not going anywhere at this point. And I got my hooks in, and then the bell rings. So like our round is over. And we just both go like, "That was awesome, man. Thank you. Thanks, man." It's like the only thing where it's like someone is like kicking your ass. And then at the end of it, you're like, "Thanks, man. That was so great. Thank you for kicking my," and I truly mean it when that happens. Like when a guy is like on top, like getting me good, it's like, wow, this guy knows what he's doing. Let's go. It really motivates me to try to be better at my defenses and everything like that.
All right.
Draker Daddy says Rob mounted him and made him humble. Yeah, it's actually like a camel clutch, but the bottom is flipped over. That's a full mount.
So that's making him even more humble, because there's eye contact.
Yeah. It's the most assertive position you could have as the top. It's the full 4 points.
Do you ever tickle someone's foot?
No tickling. You're not supposed to.
Well, you can choke him out with his own fucking belt, but you can't tickle his foot.
Choking is okay. Tickling, I think, with white belts, you're kind of not. Your certain footholds are illegal still, because you theoretically
but it's
don't
not a
have
hold.
You're right. It's just a
little tickle.
I guess that's a good way. If I'm in a bind, next time I'm really in a bind, I'll just.
Sometimes you gotta just like. Do you remember? Like 10 or so years ago, the Pacers and the Heat were playing, and I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals. And Lance Stevenson, during a timeout, blew in LeBron's ear. Do you remember this when this happened? Trying to psych him out.
Yeah.
You got to do something. I mean, the Pacers still got slaughtered, but his thought process was, I'm going to do something completely unexpected and weird, and it'll take LeBron out of the moment, and maybe we could sort of get an advantage here. So your version would be tickling the feet.
So I just looked up, is tickling legal in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
It's
and
encouraged.
What do you know? There are multiple articles examining this.
Are you shocked by that?
No, not at all. Because, the whole point of Jiu-Jitsu is on the defense, you want to create space between you and your opponent. So This seems like a theoretical defensive strategy of throwing your opponent off so that they create space so that you can move away from them.
I'm confused. Wait, if you want to create space, why is the guy on your neck with the elbow? What is that about? I thought he's trying to create space.
No, I want to create space from the guy putting his elbow on.
But the
neck.
guy is also in the class with you. He's doing the same discipline you are. Why is he not trying to create space? He's on your face.
I think you're.
It's a defensive
so
position.
you could like do a move on him.
Yeah, so then you could take the.
So he's like demonstrating. Position. He's like the attacker. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you were just sparring, like both using your knowledge to spar.
Yes. Yeah. So we're sparring, and then I was in the defensive position.
But he wouldn't put his elbow on you in a real fight, or what? What are we saying? You're saying that he's not being defensive, is what I'm saying.
No, he's being offensive,
right?
And then meaning that I would then be in the defense. So if you're on the bottom and someone is on top of you smothering you, you have to create space,
right? But if a real fight happened, are you supposed to use that move, like elbow the guy in the throat or whatever, or like you said you're supposed to create space? So you are. So I'm completely.
No, you're supposed to create space if someone is putting an elbow on your throat.
I see it.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's the defense part.
Okay. I thought you were saying that's just what you do. Always stay away.
No. Well, it depends. Are you like trying to stop the person, or are you trying to stop them from attacking you?
Right. I got it now.
So let's see.
Thank you, Sensei Pazbani.
So you're welcome. It could be interpreted as illegal by certain referees, and here's why. Under certain rule sets, tickling could be defined as unsportsmanlike behavior.
Oh, come on. Get out of here.
You're thinking outside the box. You're going into the tickle box.
It could be viewed as doing something that is unfair for the sake of gaining a competitive advantage, which results in a disqualification.
But choking you with your own robe is fair. That's
in the rules. That's allowed.
Who wrote these rules?
If you don't want to be choked with the robe, you do nogi. There's no robes in the nogi, and you're not allowed.
If you don't want to be tickled on the foot, put on some fucking socks. There you go. Same thing.
You're not allowed to have socks.
What again? Who wrote these rules? This is psychotic.
You have to be barefoot.
Why?
You have to. You want your feet on the mat. I don't know why you have to be barefoot.
I'm assuming it's more. Usually, you have shoes on.
Well, you ask them to hold on a second. You untie your sneakers, and then you do jiu-jitsu. No, I think it's more just people don't want to be kicked in the face with sneakers. It's probably.
But then socks. What's wrong with socks?
Yeah, what is wrong with? I don't know. They smell. It's probably more of a.
They don't smell any worse. You know what? Than the foot inside.
I know what it's probably a the socks probably carry bacteria more so than feet do. I'm guessing. I don't know. What? Let's see. Why are there no socks in jiu-jitsu? Sid asking
on the phone right now. We need a real expert.
Sid asking the important questions.
Welcome to the Google show, everyone. Rob Google's for 90 minutes.
The short answer is it is not illegal to wear socks. There's no rule against wearing socks. But most schools prefer the students train barefoot. So you are going to be the black sheep of the gym if you're the one in socks. And I guess it might be slippery being in socks on those mats.
You get the little grippy socks that they give you at the hospital. That's all. And then what you do, or if you don't wear socks, then the trick is keep your toenails very sharp.
That's illegal. That's illegal.
But you can kick.
No, it's illegal to have sharp nails. You have in the rules, in the guidelines for the gym, you are required to keep short nails.
On your toes, even?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course. Why not?
They got an answer for everything, don't they, these jiu-jitsu people?
Rob confronted with athlete's foot in the bathhouse and in jiu-jitsu, says Dusty Rose Buffler. That is another thing you have to be concerned about. That is...
Be careful, motherfucker. Be really careful.
Hygiene is
sharpening my big toe.
Everyone in my gym is pretty good with their foot hygiene, I have to say. Where some people I'm just like, this guy clearly goes and like gets a pedicure. Like his cuticles look so well manicured.
Maybe that's like part of his process for jiu-jitsu is you got to go get the nails done beforehand, and it's
Yeah,
a little
I mean, I could see
self-care
that.
before
Yeah.
putting your ass in someone's face.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot. But it's great. I've mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned on the show, but I've lost 20 pounds since I've started doing it, and it's like staying off. And I'm like, I'm every day I do jujitsu, it's a significant like difference on the scale, and then on the weekend, I'm off, and then it kind of like balloons up a little, and then it.
You weigh yourself
swings
every
back.
day?
I do that.
Yeah,
too.
I'm compulsive about it. Leave me alone.
I like to have because if you weigh yourself once a week, that one day you choose to do it, you could be bloated or like have some weight fluctuation in your body. So I rather do it every day, and then if there's a 1 day off, I can see it's just an aberration.
Yeah. It swings back and forth a few pounds, but it's been staying, so that's been really encouraging to keep
great.
going.
Good
and I just see it on my body as well. Like my gut has gone down.
I always thought Rob could be like a fucking diesel. Like imagine if Rob just 1 year straight went to the gym and fucking didn't eat anything bad, and like you would be chiseled out of stone. You're like fucking 6'5". You would be like Big John Stud, bro.
I agree. I just hate weightlifting. So
I'm not saying that it's your choice. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with how you look now either. I'm just saying like that. I always imagine what you would look like if you were like a giant wrestler. You have the body frame for it.
Well, I'm slowly reshaping my body.
Oh, you are doing that, or is it just a side effect?
Just the side effect. I'm definitely noticing like my lats coming in more.
But do you enjoy that, or do you prefer to be a bear?
No, I like it. I just don't want to do the work.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. Like,
yeah.
If you could snap your fingers and transform your body, you would do it.
Oh, absolutely, sure, that would be great. But it seems like so much maintenance. It seems hard.
I think once you get to it, what they say is like both with the eating and the working out, once you get to a certain plateau of doing it every day, your body then craves that rather than it being work. Like you eat salads every day, your body adjusts. I've never gotten to that plateau. It's always been work for me. But like some people, I've heard Joe Rogan say that. I like, people who are like obsessive about this kind of thing. They all say like when you get to a certain point, you don't see it as a burden anymore. Like it's like I can't wait to go to the fucking gym.
I'm kind of I think for me the hardest part was the first few months of just starting the new routine. But now that I'm about 4 months in, I do look forward to it. I do kind of crave it because the classes meet 6 days a week, I think. So I could go more. So I've started like considering going, but I really need to like recoup and give my body a little rest, especially my knees. I definitely have become very aware of my age starting jiu-jitsu in terms of like soreness and stamina. I did, that was like a little Trumpian. Stamina. I did everything wrong and they indicted me. Oh. I went to jiu-jitsu and they indicted me.
Vagina.
They indicted me in my vagina.
Jiu-jitsu.
Mormando.
Yeah, that would be more.
I believe they call it Mormando.
Me and my wife are very well trained in Mormando.
Very good discipline. You never hear about it. Fake news will not talk about the Mormando.
Should have an UFC talking to my friend Dana White. Can I bring Mormando to UFC?
My good friend Minoru Suzuki. It's a great Chinese gentleman. From China.
It's Japanese.
Well, it's Trump. He's not.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Right. He knows everyone that's Asian is from China. He doesn't know anything.
It's fair. It's fair. Last weekend was my sister's birthday. Big cancer energy in my life with Sid.
Oh my God, that was a scary thing to say. Jeez.
Yeah, to a cancer survivor.
Oh, different.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't mean it that. I meant
She's okay,
with
though?
the
She's-
astrological signs. She does not have
Blood
cancer.
work's good?
Toy.
All right.
As far as I know, yes, she's good.
Oh,
I guess maybe
say that.
she might need to go get a checkup just to make sure. No. But no, so her
You get a
birthday-
That's okay.
mammogram.
You put the toy on it. It's okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
She'd get a mammogram and then put that on her OnlyFans.
She does not have an OnlyFans.
No,
Yet.
not even a tasteful non-nude OnlyFans.
That's so prevalent now.
She
That's
just
hard-
reviews Jewish
Cardi B.
comedians.
They're all great.
Yeah. And then once in a while, some mammogram pics.
I mean, if she did, I would congratulate her on finding an audience to be able to live her life the way she wants to. Just having to take some suggestive photos, sure, but no, she does not currently.
You
But I'll
really
talk
you
to her
wouldn't
about
you
it.
wouldn't feel like that violated your even though you have your principles about sex work. Even if your sister did it, that wouldn't have some irrational reaction in you.
If
Maybe-
if she's boning dudes on camera, maybe. But if it's just her solo, no, not at all.
Fair enough. That's a reasonable answer.
What if she was like, Rob, I know you've watched a lot of porn in your time. I'm starting to do it. I want you to watch my work and give me critiques.
A review. No, don't get turned on. Just a review.
Yeah.
I would not.
Angles
I would
to
not be
suggest
interested.
positions.
I mean, I might suggest a few, but I'm not watching or seeing it done. But
All right.
I might give her some business techniques. But
I want to follow up my previous question. So
Sure.
you said I asked you, would you be maybe irrationally upset, even though you know there's nothing wrong with it, maybe because it's your sister. You said no if it was solo, but if it was fucking, yes. What would you feel inside if you saw her fucking?
I just mean it would give me pause. I would say I wouldn't be
You worried for her, or
yeah, I would just be like, oh, just make sure you're safe. Everyone gets tested beforehand. But
Okay.
I'm like, hey, live your life, honey.
But you don't want to see it.
And yeah, I definitely don't want to see it. Nor why do I need to see it? How does that affect her?
She
her
wants you to
bottom line?
support her work.
I could support it without looking at it.
Uh,
I don't think she would want me to see it either. There's not, believe me.
I could kind of relate to that. I mean, I feel not with OnlyFans, but I feel like when I was a kid, and my mother is LGBT, so so whenever that was mentioned in my childhood, people would just think that was so cool, and I'm like, "What? No, it's not. It's my mother. I don't want to fucking think about her having sex with anyone. Not like it's bad because she's gay. I just don't want to think about it. Period."
Yeah, and also I think it's just when young men think about lesbians, they think about two 20-year-old porn stars making out, as opposed to the reality of lesbians, which is your mom and
scrapbooking.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I think especially in today's day and age with modern advancements in STI controls, hey, it's better than working for the man. At least she's an entrepreneur.
so maybe suggest this to her.
She'd have to get into the whole culture. I guess the other thing is there is the dark side of it with the social aspect of drinking and doing the drugs. That part I wouldn't be okay with. If she kept it professional, kept it a job and not just a party lifestyle, then I would be.
You could be
that's
like
the
her.
stuff I would be worried about.
What if you were like her manager? You did bookings
No,
for her.
'cause
You
then
took
I'd
her
have
around
to-
to gigs.
No, that would be weird. That would be weird.
You can wait in the car though. You don't have to go in with her.
That would be weird. No, I would not. I would like to support from a distance.
Sid, would you subscribe just to be a supportive of the
Of course
family?
he would.
I'd do a trial subscription for a day just to be all right, that's another person I've checked off the list of people that I'd like to see naked one time. Done.
Oh,
And
I
I'll
was
move
the
on to
opposite. I was gonna say I would give the money and not look at it just to support the Pasbani family.
You wouldn't look at it? Stop. Liar.
That's disrespectful, Sid. Come on.
Why is it disrespectful? She's putting it out there.
I'm
Yeah.
an
What,
old school
what's
tradition.
wrong with my sister? You don't want to see her naked? What's wrong with you?
She's a lovely woman, Robert. She's a lovely
She
woman.
is.
So you were saying it was her birthday Was there a story connected to that before I completely?
There
derailed
was,
you?
but we're so far past
Do
it.
it, do
it. So
Want to see Modi?
we did not go to see Modi. My sister really knows how to pick the social events.
Oh, boy.
We went to everybody's favorite thing, karaoke.
That's better than Modi, I would say. I'd rather go to that.
Than Modi, but okay. So it's in K-Town, Koreatown.
Okay.
Which here in New York is one block. It's basically 32nd Street between 5th and Broadway.
A lot of shitload of good restaurants packed into that one block.
Amazing restaurants, and then on the second floor of all the restaurants are karaoke bars. And so I don't know what happened, but my sister had one in mind. By the time she decided to make a reservation, it was full. So there was some secondary karaoke bar that we went to.
Now let me ask: this was just you and her, or is it a party of people?
This was a few people. This was like about 6 or 7 of her friends. And I've met some of these friends before. Okay. And me, yes. I met some of these friends before. They're very nice.
Bunch of fucking clowns in costumes.
Well, the people at the karaoke bar for sure. And this place was very weird. So it was up like 3 flights of stairs. And when you walk into the karaoke bar, you walk in and there's just like a lobby with a bar and music blasting at unreasonably loud levels, like way too loud. And this is the lobby of a karaoke bar. And so I'm like you feel like you're in some weird nightclub that's empty. And then the waitress or the maitre d' directs you to your private room. And we get to this room, and it is the jankiest room I've ever seen. I've been to dingy gay dive bars that have had better looking couches than the couch in this karaoke bar. Like the fake leather was completely torn off the seat at that point, like that kind of thing. It was so weird. And the thing is, as I mentioned, the music in the lobby is blasting. You can still completely hear the lobby music in your private room. Why is it so loud? What is the deal? Now, this is just the environment. Then it's all of my sister's friends. Next thing I want to say. So the karaoke machine is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The keyboard that they give us it's a Korean keyboard. And it took a little bit to see that the Korean letters, sometimes it's like the caps has a different character. Mm-hmm. So those were the English letter was like the caps. Like, so you had to like put the keyboard right to your face to see which character is which to type in your songs. And this had the most limited selection of music in this karaoke thing. I think by this point, any song should be available for karaoke. Like with YouTube, with everything. I've been to plenty of karaoke bars. Not this place. But it was also weird because it's like they would put in the most basic pop song and it wouldn't be in there. But then they would have like 50 Judas Priest songs. What? And then like every Megadeth song. And like as somebody was searching, like I forget what they were typing, but Angra came up. Angra is a Brazilian metal band, the guitarist of whom left to join Megadeth. Like, they're just an obscure Brazilian band. So they have Angra, but they don't have, like, Katy Perry.
What? That is fucking strange.
So stupid. And nobody in this party knew what song they wanted to sing. So it was so weird. And then when somebody did pick a song, everyone would sing along, and I have never felt more torture in my life than, say, 8 people singing completely off key, completely off time to, like, I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys. It's just like, so, like, but, like, the song starts, and then you hear, like, you are my fire. But then, like, one person goes, you are, and then you are. and they're all off time on each other. So it's like, it was like I needed to get out of there.
What song did you do?
I did
Angra.
Chop Suey. I did Angra. Yeah, I did some Chop Suey.
The Avril Lavigne version or the regular version?
It came out like the Avril Lavigne.
Look, exactly. I want to say I did the regular version, but I really gained a new sympathy for Avril Lavigne. Some of those parts are real. Like I absolutely understood how she gave up at one point because I did the exact same thing. I at one point table.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes Serge special. He could pull that off. That's not something entry-level vocalists can attempt.
Yeah. Oh, Blondie. Oh, let's hear it. Yeah, that was me.
That was Avril doing chop suey.
Blondie as well. We did Call Me. Me and my sister did.
Oh, how sweet.
So it was nice. That's a
I
great
feel
song.
like that place, they ran their karaoke bar like the Metal Injection users wanted you to run Metal Injection. They just got the obscure bands, none of the hits. May have been a Metal Injection commenter.
Maybe they saw you walk in and they're like, "We know what this guy likes. We'll put him in the Angra room."
He likes Angra.
This guy's an Angra fan. The one thing that I will say that the karaoke reminded me about is the classic song "Smooth" by Santana and Rob Thomas.
Wow.
Again, everybody butchered it, but I have to say, like, that is a great song. Even having to push through 7 people not properly singing it, I was just like,
It's a great song, but I just pictured the first thing you said was me. When you said it, I'm picturing 8 people singing it.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so bad. 'Cause you're so smooth, and it's just like the ocean under the moon.
Yeah.
Same thing, motion. Get
That's what I
from
pictured.
you.
Strangely enough.
Got that kind of loving. Being so smooth.
They were all Jerry
Give me
Lewis.
a heart, make real. Who else forget about
Lady.
lady? Forget about it. Or the B-52s as well.
Yeah, I was about to say that was
Turned
more
into
Fred
Fred.
Schneider.
Bless his heart.
So smooth, baby.
He needs to do a covers album.
He needs to do some Angra.
Just couldn't believe they had Angra. Just like all these big famous songs we're looking for, but then like Angra's in there.
Yes.
God bless.
What'd you get your sister for her birthday?
Weed.
Okay.
Got an OnlyFans
Something she could
account.
use. Yeah, I got her an
Yeah.
OnlyFans gift card. She could buy. She could subscribe to anyone she wants.
A
A
how-to
ring
book.
light.
OnlyFans for dummies. There probably is that, right?
I'm sure there's something. Maybe not an actual. Maybe it's like one of them Amazon like self-published.
Yeah, or like a PDF. You could.
No,
buy.
I was saying I thought for dummies got into that market.
Oh.
Ugh.
Goatsy for dummies.
Oh my God.
Lemon party.
Would that be like explaining what Goatsy is or how to do your own?
No, I meant like how to do one and
Okay.
go viral.
Oh
You
my
would get a
God.
virus,
Yeah, literally.
ass infection.
Goatsy, baby. Goatsy is a little. Not that little.
It is a little old place,
Yeah. Well,
We can
it's not
get
that
together.
little. It's an old place.
and that tin roof definitely rusted. Makes a lot of sense if you think about it.
Maybe that's what the Love Shack was all along. Someone's butthole.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Making revelations here on this show about 40-year-old songs. 40-year-old TV shows, 40-year-old songs, Joe Franklin references.
We haven't had one of those yet today. Well, I guess
Just did.
what you just said. Yeah. There we go. Check that box. Speaking though of songs where the people singing are not in key with each other, Rob, there was a link I put in. Darren, I didn't mention this to you.
Oh,
There's a new commercial for Spectrum Cable
I think
that has
I
a
know that.
song that I think rivals the IO digital cable song in terms of the weirdness of it, and is it good or is it the worst thing you've ever heard in your life? Every time I see the commercial, it makes me think of the IO digital cable song.
Is it a rap song?
It's like an R&B rap song, yes.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But let's see.
All right, fellas. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
When your internet needs a fast connection, And your Wi-Fi needs secure protection. You need more with talk, text, and data. Unlimited. Get Spectrum One for $49.99 a month. Call 1-844. It's the one. Spectrum One.
Just wait, Rob. There's more.
There's more. I know. I definitely know.
Yeah.
You won't be stressing with the fastest download speeds. Advanced Wi-Fi security. Nationwide 5G. Call 1-844. It's the one.
Hey, the song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about Spectrum One. Coming with the internet, the surface stream. Speed so fast, feeling like a dream. Free advanced Wi-Fi to stay secure. And one free mobile line, that's for sure. Just $49.99, you'll save a ton. Call 1-844, it's the one. Get Spectrum One for $49.99 a month. Call 1-844, it's the one.
Vanilla Ice.
I think it's a
is
real
better than that.
band. I think it's a real band.
Let me tell you something. That song, when you listen to MLB, the MLB app, and you listen to a game on the radio, they have 3 rotating ads that play. They don't play the local ads from the game. That song is one of the 3. It plays every single commercial break. I have the whole fucking thing. But luckily it's only like 10-15 seconds of the song. So I never heard that extended version before. And he goes, "Hey, this song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about Spectrum One." I got that stuck in my head on a loop for the last 2 weeks.
Same.
Saucy Cab says he is at full mass after that.
It's the worst rapping since T-Baby. So Cold in the D.
It's apparently it's a group called Kev and the Kirkpatricks.
Oh.
So I guess that's an actual Drake
they're-
and Daddy says I'm gonna cancel my Spectrum now.
Yes, please. Spectrum Zero.
But we do need a battle of the bands with this band and the IO Digital Cable reggaeton.
No, come on, not even a contest. That song
I still
is
want to
good.
see it happen. Yes, but
I
I
would
still
demolish
want
these
it.
motherfuckers. That song's
Where are those
unironically good, except for their singing about it.
Optimal triple play is in the house. I.O.
Digital Cable. Wherever you're able.
HD's free. Let me put it on the table for $29.95. You get to sign the label.
773934448.
I'm gonna move on online so fast, so fine. Dial up the PS, so you gonna leave me behind. Come on, gente, let's get online.
$29.95, it'll blow your mind.
877-393-4448.
This really is a great song. Like, objectively.
Puerto Rico and Canada, just one flat rate. Here comes the sea monster.
I always forget about this part.
Crazy, that guy's now the commissioner of police in
Oh, wow.
New York City.
The savings are for real. The triple play is the deal.
Gustavo.
It's funny because like I can see actually. Wait, what was that fart sound at the
I don't know. I think the video included the guy who uploaded it put a fart sound at the end.
But like I could see a fan of reggaeton actually thinking that was not bad. I can't see anyone who's into R&B or hip hop listening to that
Yeah.
Spectrum commercial and
It's-
thinking anything but this is the corniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's very much a old white guy wrote that, and or not wrote it, or just demanded we need a rap
Yeah.
song for our
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
Does Kevin the Kirkpatricks have any other songs on YouTube
Wow,
that we could
I
like
will-
hear what the rest of their?
Well, let's hear it again. I need to hear it one more
Let,
time.
us hear their
One,
oeuvre.
2, 3, hit it.
This part is not that cringy. It's not good, but it's
I don't
the rap
know.
part that
It's
sinks
just way too auto-tuned.
I'm not saying it's good. And the rap part is way worse.
$49.99 a month. Call 1-844.
Oh, there's actually-
The one. Spectrum One. Brings you seamless.
There's a whole 3-minute video of this. Should
Rob,
we-
Yeah, I don't know
that
what that-
part. The part with the R&B is like just typical background ad music. Like I don't find it horrific, or
Oh,
it's
okay.
when the guy starts rapping that it just goes completely off the rails.
I want to play the extended.
Oh my god, they're in the barber shop. Every fucking possible cliche of a fucking R&B video. Oh, come on.
Kevin the Kirkpatrick.
We can shoot a music video too.
Yes, you can do the choreography for it. Yeah.
R&B hands.
Pause it, Rob. Rob, pause it. The end of this video should be they play the song and then they all go back to the barbershop like, that's a terrible idea. Let's never fucking do that.
What were we thinking?
Oh my god, we suck. That would be a
Interesting,
great
this guy-
comedy sketch.
This guy Kev just seems just like a YouTube influencer. He has 900,000 subscribers.
So it's not really a band. It's like he just does YouTube music.
It might be his old band. No, he doesn't do music videos. He just does like commentary on current events.
Oh, okay.
He's got his own livecast.
Well, it makes more sense now. He's not a musician.
I'm really good. Like I can rap sandwiches, gifts. Like I got bars.
Do you? Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm nice.
What?
I can freestyle too.
He did the old rap joke. Homonym humor.
We're going to find out.
Okay.
Hey, man, what
On the
up?
phone.
Here, put the shirt on, first of all.
I got a shirt on, man.
Listen, we get the band back together, man. And Ron said he can rap.
Ron G, rap?
Yeah. That's the word.
Mom!
You see, he's using his cell phone because Spectrum offers cell service.
This feels like watching Rob Schneider's stand-up music, stand-up show. Just looking at it like, where's the joke?
Spectrum One is the perfect trio connectivity.
They think they're so cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it almost goes to like where I think they're in on the joke, but then I feel like maybe they're not.
I say no.
I have to say, this melody is actually pretty good. I
It's
agree
fine.
with you,
It's whatever.
Yeah.
With the rap is the real cringe.
Yeah. Oh, this part.
Now that Boys to Men. Oh, that was bad.
It's amazing that we haven't gotten to the worst part yet.
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible. I feel like when they do their little riffing is when it goes off.
Hey, the song ain't done. Let me tell you a little bit about Spectrum One. No diggity doubt, the best deal in town.
Oh, diggity doubt.
Yeah. What year is this? People don't say that anymore.
92. He's a youngish guy.
Yeah.
Mbps. With this kind of speed, you'll never stress.
Mbps.
Free advanced Wi-Fi to stay secure. Yeah, I said free, that's for sure. One free
Oh
mobile
my
line
God.
unlimited. Call right now, gotta get with it. This trio right here called Spectrum One, $49.99. You'll save a ton. I said this trio right here.
This
is
has to be
Spectrum
directed
One.
at like
Switch right
68-year-old
now,
ladies,
join the
and this
one.
is what they think rap is.
Well, look, there's been 50 years of hip hop, so it's for the geriatric hip hoppers.
There's 50 years of hip hop for them to peruse and fucking figure out something more current too. This is like the Sugar Hill Gang, but bad. Hey, this party is fun, you know.
Cool Mosey is more timely than this.
When you just say a bunch of stuff and the last syllable rhymes of each thing that you say, like that whole way of rhyming.
Dusty Rose Ruffle says this is going to make me want to use that dial-up.
Yes.
That's got more bars than.
Quick that cometh, I've never been drier. Saucy Kev, Dave Mustaine was in that band before Metallica.
It was. I think Hulk Hogan was auditioned for them too.
Ron G replaced him. And he still has beef with Ron G.
Oh, I just got a text. One of those guys was caught on a Zoom call showing his pee-pee to a 19-year-old.
Oh, no.
Was he using Spectrum One, though?
Yes.
Next.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's all that matters.
That's fine.
That's how the picture was so clear that Darren could tell.
Yes, it's true.
That Spectrum One.
Yay! This song ain't done. Let me show my pee-pee on Spectrum One. Hey, I don't like China. I want to hear Trump talk about vagina.
I do like, though, that part's where
Vagina.
it acknowledges that people are hoping the song is over. Yeah. He's like, not so fast. You were excited because you thought the commercial was over. Nope.
Let's roll it back a little.
A little bit more.
Some more dad cringe for you.
Yeah.
That Spectrum One. Oh,
Hey!
stuck in my...
It's going to be stuck in your head the rest of the weekend.
Anytime
guaranteed.
you're doing something like you're at the dentist, something you don't want to do, and you're sitting in the chair and you think he's done drilling, that guy's going to pop out around the corner and go, hey, this drilling ain't done. Got a few more crowns, a little more drilling. How that sound? With his
That should be the web series that they do now on that YouTube channel.
This is like if a really good 45-year-old African American dad like trying to entertain his daughter on a rainy day, and he has just no musical skills, but he's like appealing to all his old musical knowledge.
Yeah, and then he called 3 friends over, and one of them had a vocoder,
right?
And auto-tune.
And the girl laughs her ass off, but it's oh, Dad, you're so silly. It's not like he's any good, but she loves him.
And then now it's on TV.
Now we all have to listen to it.
He's a superstar.
All right, next segment. No, wait, hey, this segment ain't done. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Spectrum One.
What was the song that we played on our Patreon a few weeks ago that we were very into? The new Livecast anthem.
I guess it ain't the new Livecast anthem. I don't know what you're referring to.
Darren, it was something that you recommended. It was a hip-hop number. Let's see if I could find it here on our Patreon.
It was on one of our like old Links episodes, right?
Yeah. This is the thumbnail from the video, if you recall.
Oh yeah, but I don't just Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. There we go.
Sexy Red. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. Because her such a red tinged video. How could you not remember Sexy Red? She was on a period. Hey, your menstruation ain't done. Gotta be on his rack for another month. Hey.
It was Pound Town, right?
Yeah, Take Me to Pound Town.
It looks like she just put out a new song yesterday.
She just put out? Oh, a new song. Oh, okay.
This is from 3 months ago. So this is why you got to get on our Patreon.
Oh,
big Sexy Red with Pound Town.
Whoa, that was a lot of puss right there. Oh, Tony Atlas. Using some feet. This
is much better.
This isn't the new song. This is the same song.
Yeah, this is the old song. I wanted to play the.
Oh! I thought she playing her new debut.
I just wanted to play this for the non-patrons.
Yeah, that nigga dick a bitch down. Yeah, that nigga eat me out. Pound Town, just left Pound Town.
Oh, you got the lyric video.
Yeah, that nigga dick a bitch down.
Whoa, who is that guy?
I don't know, but I think his dick was out.
This is Grandpa Munster.
Looking for the hoochie daddy.
She needs to do a collab with Kev.
Oh my God.
The McClintocks. Or what was his name? The what?
Kevin the Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatricks. Did I get that?
Oh, was it? I think it was this. Let Me Out. Because I don't remember.
No, I think it was this.
Ain't done. I'm gonna tell you a little more about fucking her throat.
I like this wig.
So much of her just like yelling on the street. I guess this is Miami.
Yeah.
This is not even a video. They just pointed. It's like a documentary. They just point a camera at her all day.
It's that. Yeah. Bad bitches, we like fast cars. We like niggas that sell drugs with fast cars. Nigga come pull up on me. Drive the car fast, do the dash.
You can't say she doesn't know what she wants.
This, I have to say, her flow on this one is not as strong as the others.
No.
She's phoning it in.
There's an opening in Kevin the Kirkpatrick for her. With this flow.
Okay, here's a new one from BLP Kosher.
Oh boy.
Jew on the Canoe.
What?
I might find me a message in a bottle, Coach. Yeah, route it out.
Are those supposed to be his
tzitzis? Let it kick back like an angry horse and make him hit the hay. Spider bite it all, tried to trap and put me on the play. They told me I should make it easy dish, but I don't fucking play. I serve the crack of cornstarch cause I don't fuck with ye. Two-Face, I call that bitch Cruella cause she from the Ville. Stay on track until I heard her.
Wow, this is terrible.
I'm trying to understand if this is serious or not.
I think it's an attempt at like comedy, cultural appropriation. Like, haha, isn't it funny that the Jews doing this?
vanish.
But it's not.
Keisha, she say all these other rappers dangerous. Fat bitch from the noise, she say it's to me though. Truth of the matter is I hop up on like any beat though. They sleeping on me, I might leave their ass to El
You
Dorado. Or maybe I'll just take
jump down to the comments and see if people are hating on this or if they love it.
2.5 million views.
Legendary. I don't get it.
We make it out the synagogue with
That's
this.
funnier than the video. My thing that I take issue with is like, you know, I know what style he's going for, and he's not doing it well. Like that's the number one thing for me. Like you gotta be like Little Dicky. Like he does it good, and you know what I mean. Like, but
Are there more songs from this guy?
Let's see his most popular track. That was his most popular one. Then coming in number 2 is Special K.
Oh boy.
4 weeks ago.
K is for kashrut. He is a real rapper on this one.
So the hairstyle is like a permanent thing, I guess, that he just has.
It's his
Right.
it's whatever.
He's like Post Malone if he couldn't get tattoos because of being buried in a Jewish cemetery.
Limbo, tried to slice me, I went Kimbo. Op hoes get turned to widows. He was stretching shit for shit show. Now he riding in a limo. I'm the fiddler on the roof. I'm sending 50 out the window. Used to work at 5 below.
Quick man come with Post Shalom.
Yeah, very good.
Does it explode? Them boys suck to each his own. They tried to slide. Epic poem. So if it's smoke, then let me know. They drop the post to postpone. Come run Tom Hanks. Every op gon' walk the plane.
This makes me miss the other song.
I'm looking like I robbed
Yeah.
and I'm forever smoking Nazis. I'ma pass the blunts to Anne Frank, the same ones.
What? Alright, never mind. We have a winner.
He's just saying things though. There's no cleverness to it.
What do you mean? He's forever smoking Nazis and he's passing the blunt to Anne Frank. That's beautiful.
I told her water has a surface, blossoming like a flower. I was serving multi-purpose, playing Frogger.
He ain't smoking no Nazis. He's sitting in the corner. He's gotta be the first guy made into a lampshade, I feel. He wouldn't have fought back.
You might have to walk in sheep shit. Ain't no strawberry fields until you rich. Taco Tuesday got
All of his metaphors are so whack.
Yeah, he's just too like I don't know. This seems too calculated. I'm down for some real Jewish rappers. Like if you really like embrace it. This is like a gimmick.
Like Matisyahu?
Matisyahu, I don't like Matisyahu, but he was better at what he was doing. Like he really got into the music and was good at it. Just not really my thing. And also he's an asshole human being.
Draker Daddy, he is not controlling any media with that.
He's out. He's out of the cabal. Get out of here, jerk.
George Soros has killed his weekly paycheck after that.
What kind of taking over the world shit is that? Fuck out of here. Bunch of fucking clowns in costume.
What's the emergency here?
I want to know what the emergency is. Fuck out of here.
Bless her heart. I hope she's doing well.
I hope she's singing some Jewish raps right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, trash it. Not a fan of that. I like
we now know it exists though.
I like the storyboard like the elevator pitch for that would have been good, but he's not executing it well.
Yeah. I can't argue with that. Though I did enjoy that Anne Frank line, but that was it.
You can't hear anything else he's saying. He's mumbling.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should talk about some music that we actually like. Let's talk about our Spotify playlist.
Great.
Every week we each pick a song. Throw it on a playlist called the RIP Livecast Music Break. You can go to Spotify, do a little searchy search, RIP Livecast Music Break. You find it, you subscribe, you join it. Every week we'll add 3 songs. There's like 2 days worth of songs already on there. 2 full days.
Damn.
Loading it up right now. I should probably have had it loaded. But there's in fact 36 hours, so less than 48 hours. So almost, we're almost there. Over 500 songs. And
you got to do more Iron Maiden tracks. We could boost those numbers quick.
Maybe some Dream Theater. Dream Theater.
A little Angra. Play some Angra.
My song this week is from Devo. Been getting into Devo a little bit the last few weeks.
What
very
brought that on?
I've just been kind of going back to like 80s new wave stuff, like New Order and Joy Division, all those kind of bands, or just like big bands. And I always liked Devo, but I never dove into Devo. And
you never did a Devo dive?
Never did a Devo divo. But Devo's really good. It's really good, fun, nerdy synth pop, like power pop, basically. And this one song, Big Mess, came up, and it's been stuck in my head all week. The way that Spectrum One song was stuck in your heads, the hook to this song has been stuck in my head because it's so catchy and simple. And I really like Devo, and
nice.
So I want the Livecasters to get a sampling. So it's Big Mess. Big Mess, Big Mess, Big Mess.
It's like 8-bit video game music, but in the best possible way.
Yeah. Totally. And I feel like this song most sounds like Weird Al's parody, which is Dare to Be Stupid. It's a very similar tone. Because that's my pick. Darren, you got a bit of a tribute pick here.
Yeah, I picked a song by Tony Bennett, who just died recently. Was that this week?
It was like yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, I thought. Oh yeah, okay, yesterday. My days are all fucked up. But yeah, it was on the soundtrack of my life when I was a young kid living in Brooklyn. There's like second to only Frank Sinatra, I would say, for all the old heads that live here and playing old music. So, and the song that I picked was from his album that he did of duets with big stars. And the one that I picked was with Lady Gaga. And they did The Lady is a Tramp, which I want to emphasize is not, it's a common misconception, but they're not saying the woman is a promiscuous. It means like the old version of tramp where you're like a hobo and you like go around to different cities and stuff. So it's just like basically saying she's worldly.
But she is going around to different cities just to fuck dudes.
Yes.
When you said promiscuous, it made me think of Queen of Vagina. Like that's a collaboration.
That's the Queen of Promiscuous.
Tony Bennett.
She is the Queen of Promiscuous.
It's like, that's why the lady is a tramp.
I'm now imagining like him in the old folks' home with Alzheimer's and she's his nurse. And she just goes into his room and records videos, like duets with him without his consent.
Poor Tony. Maybe we can get Bruce Willis to do that. He's kind of got dementia.
With him.
Yeah. But he had an album or two, right?
That's right, he did.
Harmonica.
He did.
So that's the next album. Just be the Queen of Vagina sneaking in there and singing Coochie Coochie song. And how much Michelle Obama is a whore.
Lady Gaga is a huge Tony Bennett fan. They did a whole album of collaborations, actually. I think after this, like she had so much fun with this, and they went on tour together. Have you heard that album that they did together?
I might have heard a song or something, but no.
Yeah, I do. I very much like Tony Bennett. On Sirius XM, there's a channel called Seriously Sinatra. Very bad pun, but I've been listening to it a lot, and all of those songs are just so good. I feel like you just could not put out crap back then, like the industry would just, it wouldn't allow it. Everything had to be and Sinatra, it's so, I know this is a tribute to Tony Bennett, but just with Sinatra, I'm so impressed with like how easily it doesn't even seem like he puts an effort into singing.
And they say that's calculated because he used to do like 1,000 takes, I've read, and like it had to be spot on perfect, but it just sounds effortless because he's like he's so good at it,
Right. Yeah.
It's effort to create the effortless sound.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sure Bennett is the same. And then, I'm not the biggest Tony Bennett fan, but I've caught a few of his performances on TV specials and stuff. And I always thought, He was very good. Alec Baldwin did a pretty
Yes,
fun impression.
that was
of
his
him,
least
actually.
annoying contribution to SNL. Was the Tony Bennett impression?
Well, Canteen Boy, I think, was his least annoying.
But all right, but that was like a one-off.
Yeah.
What about Shreddy Balls?
Shreddy
So
Balls.
that was my least favorite era of SNL from when I was ever a viewer. I did not like that cast at the time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Guest Aya and all the Molly Shannon.
I've liked them all since in other things, but I just at that point, at that age, that was like I don't know. I was like late college, like late teens, early 20s, and I just did. I found all of them annoying. I didn't like Will Ferrell on SNL either.
Oh, man.
I think that era, a lot of it doesn't hold up. I agree with you. Like I don't have that kind of disdain because I was a few years younger than you, so it was just like the era of like when I was a young comedy nerd. So I do have a lot more appreciation. But there's definitely Will Ferrell annoying being funny, and then Will Ferrell annoying being unbearable. Like I hated Elf, and I never understood Elf. I didn't watch it, and then just I feel like over the last 20 years, it's become this like Christmas classic, and I was like, I had to go. I was like, did I miss something? And I had to go back and watch it. I was like, oh no, this is the Will Ferrell I don't like.
I honestly don't remember what I think of Elf. I saw it once. I think I liked it fine.
I think Elf is Will Ferrell toned down too. There's like a few spikes. There's a few spikes in the movie where it's classic annoying Will Ferrell, but it's a lot of very muted Will Ferrell in that movie. Maybe we should watch Elf. Panel discussion.
That could be our December.
Yeah, that could be like a Christmas
December watch along.
Because it sounds like we're going to argue about it, so that's fun.
Yeah.
I think for me, the peak of my SNL hatred in that era was the cheerleaders sketch.
I hate that one. Yeah,
I hated that. So the Will Ferrell it was him and Sherry O'Terry, right? They were the cheerleaders. Hated that so fucking much every time. Oh
I love
God.
I love the Will Ferrell Robert Goulet impression.
That I didn't mind
that
at
was
all.
Great.
He did that on Conan too, and it was very fun.
Yes, he did a whole long form version. Of it. Goulet.
Mary Catherine Gallagher, I really enjoyed.
I was neutral on
the
that.
Time. But I think also the thing about that cast is they were following up maybe the best cast ever in SNL with like the Mike Myers, Dana Carvey crew. Yeah. So it was a lot to live up to, and they had to kind of change the format a little. Also, well, I guess Weekend Update was with Norm, so there was that at least.
Yeah. That's why I would watch. I would watch just for Norm, and then everything else I just would see that.
You thought that era was worse than like Mark McKinney and Janine Garofalo and all those people?
But that was such a short amount of time.
Yeah, that was like 1 or 2 years. That was a transition year.
I was such a mark for Kids in the Hall that I was just happy Mark McKinney was on national television here.
That made it worse. That was like he's sullying his legacy.
But he was probably making so much more money than he ever did with the Kids.
Sure, he could be happy for him, but not really like what he's doing. So that doesn't even get an era? You're saying it's just like a. It doesn't even. It's so bad.
I feel like that was like a transition period. Like Mark McKeon was on it for a minute.
Yeah,
and Chris Elliott. It was just like random older people that were already established. Michael McKean, that's right. Sorry.
I read a stat that he was the only person that went on SNL in the order of musical guest, then host, then cast member.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
That's a great stat.
Once you attain a certain amount of fame, you shouldn't be an SNL cast member. I feel like SNL is where new comedy people are broken into the industry. Once you're like established, like Janine Garofalo shouldn't have been on. She'd already been in Reality Bites and a successful stand-up. It was weird.
I feel that some people see SNL as a plateau that they have to do in their life, and it's like they missed it the first time, or they got passed over, or they got snubbed by Lorne Michaels, and then they're like, "I want to fucking do this just to do it."
But also, I think at that point, 95, it was a very weird moment for the show because they had all these openings that like all of these people that just left had become huge movie stars. So maybe the producers had an expectation like we need some new stars to replace these stars that left. So maybe they just wanted people that were more established like McKeon and Janine Garofalo. But obviously,
And
it was like a stopgap. It was like, let's have these established people while we figure out who the next cast is actually going to be.
Yeah, it always takes them a few years to transition. I feel like the last few years, SNL was in a bit of a transition too, with like the previous generation deciding to leave and taking their sweet time, and then them finding new cast members. And I feel like they just started to get it at the end of this previous season
And
with the newer
the
cast members. And then we had the
abrupt
strike.
end due to the writer's strike. Who knows when we'll have that again?
That show has writers?
Sid, what did you pick?
The pop punk band Ash from Ireland. They've been around since like the mid 90s. They have a new album out. So I picked a song that they released from the new upcoming album. It's called Like a God. It is a fun pop punk tune from a bunch of old Irish guys. They're old now. They were very young back then. But now they're old. It's good. Oh, by the way, RIP this week has two meanings. It's a legit
Can we do that? Is that allowed?
This week, because some weeks I forget it, so this was just making up for previous. It's a legit rest in peace for Tony Bennett, as we discussed, and it is also a hopeful rotten prison for the lead singer of Anti-Flag, Justin Sane, who this week was outed as an apparent rapist. So fuck him.
Whoa!
I don't know if he will actually
What
face
happened?
justice, but
What's the story?
the band a couple nights ago, I think it was actually on my birthday, so it was on Wednesday, just out of the blue announced that they were breaking up, and then they went ahead and deleted all of their social media out of nowhere. They were like about to start a tour, and everybody's wondering, well, what happened? Why did this happen? And then people connected the dots and noticed that earlier that same day, there's a podcast called Enough, which is all about sexual abuse in the music industry. And a woman was on the podcast that came out that day talking about how the lead singer of a political pop punk band raped her. And people very clearly made the connection that it was Justin from Anti-Flag. And then I guess them breaking up like that is a pretty big admission of guilt. I would think if he was not guilty of this, then I doubt that they would have done what they did immediately after that posted. But yeah, so that's that. And then I guess other people have said that he's done fucked up stuff to them too. But this is the first like big accounting of an actual incident. And I listened to the podcast. It's fucking gross.
You're a really big Anti-Flag fan, or maybe I guess was, Sid. How did you feel hearing the news?
I'm extremely disappointed. I mean, I haven't listened to them probably in like 15 years, but they were one of my favorite, like top favorite bands in the whole world from like the late 90s to the early aughts. And when I worked for Go-Kart Records, they were signed to the label. So I met them a few times. They were always very nice to me. Yeah, it's a huge betrayal, especially a band like that. That's like one of the furthest left wing punk bands in like mainstream music or the periphery of mainstream music. To do this is just extra gross, and you'd expect better from him.
What are his views on Palestine?
I'm sure he's very pro Palestine freedom, but that does not matter right now. Maybe he just wants them to be free so he could rape some Palestinian girls. It's quite possible.
It was against the wall. Tear down this wall so I can rape some East Germans, please.
Tear down this wall and spread those legs.
Yes.
Such a bummer.
That is very.
Hey, his rapes ain't done.
No. The band is done though, so at least there's that.
Good. Well, I give credit to the band to just like not even, entertaining the idea or whatever. Like, that's it, we're finishing up. And it's always so difficult when everyone it's their life's work and now they can't do it anymore because the singer is an absolute asshole. Right. It's selfish prick. Yeah.
Did they name the band Anti-Flag because a flag could be used as clothing to cover a vagina? Is that possible?
No, because you could use a flag to choke someone in BJJ.
Oh, right. I didn't think of that.
Well, no.
Well, he'd be for that because
you can only use the kimono.
He'd be pro-flag in that case.
Yeah, well.
Oh.
He's pro-flag if the flag says rape on it.
Yes. That's his flag. That's his nationality now.
Other flags, he's anti.
All right.
Yeah, so ruined my childhood.
Oh, well. At least it's not as bad as Ghostbusters with the women in it. That really
just keep Justin away from those women.
Yes, cast. Please. They're national treasures.
Yes.
And I want to mention, if you need a little more Livecast in your life, we posted up 2 bonus episodes on our Patreon this month, ready for your consumption. One of them we suffered through watching the brand new Rob Schneider stand-up comedy special. Woke Up in America. You could watch us watch it and laugh at it and laugh at the lack of punchlines in the whole thing. It was very bad. And what was our top of the month episode? Oh, it was a listen along to Saint Anger.
Yeah.
On its 20th anniversary. And we were, I would say, kinder than you would assume. So
but still not that kind.
It's $5 a month. Get to support the show. Get a few extra episodes. It's nice. We appreciate the support. And if you want to throw us a few extra bones, $10 a month gets you a shout out at the end of the show. You become a top Livecast fan. Get a shout out right now. Darren, could you sing it in the Spectrum One song? Maybe I'll play the Spectrum One thing.
Sure.
Spot.
This is tough. This is like freestyling.
Choreography for it.
We have to get to the part of the rap.
Yeah, there we go.
Rob, can you do the backing vocals?
Turn the volume on the song down so we can hear Darren.
Yeah, here we go.
Eric and Benjamin, then are in Sam I am. We think you're so awesome. You're better than Spectrum Internet. Oh, wait, I'm being paid to say it's good. My bad. Let me start over. Hey, Mindy Mayer's keeper. Massachusetts. We think you're really cool like water faucets. Hugo likes tacos and Lando Dangs. You look lots of money that lives in banks. Hey, LaCroix. Corey and Scotty age. I do lots of age. That's why I'm zoned out on this song. And my lyrics are terrible and it takes so long. Hey, Doug Pickman and Douglas, who are you, Levison? I don't know what really rhymes with Levison, but that fits for this song because he's such a bad lyricist. Hey, guys, it's Josh. We're going to go away and have a nosh for lunch. Hey, I'm done. That's the list.
Great. You did it.
Oh, my God.
Like water faucets.
I feel like I had an advantage in that because it's so bad that anything I say that sucks is like right in line with how bad they are.
100%. Ah, there we go.
What rhymes with Massachusetts? Come on, you come up with something. I'm not Eminem.
Yeah, I mean, water faucets is good enough.
Hey,
all right.
Really ain't done. Holy shit.
That's our show, folks. Special thanks to all Spectrum One listeners.
Oh.
I don't know why. No. This is completely free. If anyone from Spectrum is listening and wants to sponsor the show, we'll gladly take your money. But until then, we'll be back next week with a brand new episode. We hope you could tune in. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.
Hey, the show ain't done. No. Just kidding.